Hi friends, it's Miss Anne from Herrick District Library. Welcome to Preschool Storytime. I'm very glad that you're here with me today. We're going to just jump right in like we often do with our story times. We are going to sing our alphabet, right? So we love in preschool storytime to switch things up so we make sure that we're really thinking about the letters' names and their shapes and the sounds they make. So we are going to sing, instead of to the regular tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, we're going to sing our alphabet today to the tune of Head and Shoulders, Knees and Toes. If you've never tried singing the alphabet to a different tune, that's okay. Just follow along, and you can always pause the video and rewind it and come back and try again. Practice is how we get good at things, right? So we are going to start with the beginning of our alphabet, which is right up here. What letter is that? Letter A. And we're going to sing all the way through it to the end, and then we're going to sing X, Y, Z. Sing the alphabet with me. Sing with me. That's how we're going to end the alphabet this time when we're singing it to this tune. So this is the tune of Head and Shoulders, Knees and Toes. Ready? I know you can do it. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Sing the alphabet with me. Sing with me. Good job following along, friends. Now we're going to get super tricky. We're going to sing it to the same tune, Head and Shoulders, Knees and Toes, but we're going to try singing it backwards this time. So we're going to start here. And when we said sing the alphabet with me, that rhymes with Z, right? Z and me rhyme. But do me and A rhyme? They don't, do they? So instead of singing sing the alphabet with me, we'll sing the alphabet this way. Sing this way, because way and A do rhyme. All right, you ready? I know you can do it. Here we go. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Sing the alphabet this way. Sing this way. Great job. Thank you so much for singing along and trying something new. It's hard to try new things sometimes. And friends, like we so often do, we're going to talk about a special letter today in story time. I'm going to make this letter actually makes more than one sound, two main sounds. We're going to be listening particularly for one of those two sounds today. This letter says G, 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 G. Can you guess what letter that is? It's the letter G. This is our lowercase g. Our big G or our capital G looks like this. They look a little bit different, but these are both G, and they both say G, G. They also are kind of sneaky, and they sometimes G's borrow this letter's sound. What's this letter's sound? J, J, right? So G kind of sounds like it when we say its name, doesn't it? G can say G or J. Mostly today, we're going to be listening for the G sound, and we'll be looking for the letter G too in just a little while. So first, I wanted to sing a song. This is a very, very silly song by Mr. Jim Gill. Yes, Mr. Jim Gill's name actually has both of those sounds. It has the J sound, but it's actually a J instead of a G, and it has the G sound, Jim Gill. This song is called Stick to the Glue. glue starts with the G sound too, right? So we're going to be doing some different things, and then we're going to pretend to get things stuck with glue. So like our hands stuck together with glue. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to sing a few times. This song is to the tune of Skip to My Lou. So we're going to start by clapping our hands. We're going to sing clapping hands 1, 2. Clapping hands 1, 2. Ready? Here we go. Clapping hands 1, 2. Clapping hands 1, 2. But if one hand is covered with glue, you stick to the glue, my darling. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Stick to the glue, my darling. Excellent job, everyone. Let's try another one. Can we stamp our feet? If you're standing up, I think you stamp and see how much noise you can make. And then we're going to pretend that we stamped in a puddle of glue. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Here we go. Stamping feet 1, 2, stamping feet 1, 2. But if you stamp in a puddle of glue, ooh, ooh, you stick to the glue, my darling. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Stick to the glue, my darling. Can you get your feet unstuck? Good job. Good. Starts with that G sound too, doesn't it? We have one more verse where we're going to, whoops, my goodness, I can't talk today. We are going to sing for Stick to the Glue. We are going to brush our teeth 1, 2. But if our toothbrush is covered with glue, friends, don't please ever put glue on your toothbrush. It's a bad idea. Glue is not good for you. You definitely don't want to put it in your mouth. So this is just a silly song. And we're just using our imaginations to imagine what would happen if our toothbrush got stuck with glue. Let's try it. Ready to brush our teeth? Brushing teeth 1, 2. Brushing teeth 1, 2. But if your toothbrush is covered with glue, oh, you stick to the glue, my darling. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Glue, glue, stick to the glue. Stick to the glue, my darling. Thank you so much for being silly with me, friends. That is one of my favorite Jim Gill songs. I love it. Stick to the glue. I wonder what other things you could do and get stuck doing. That could be a fun challenge, couldn't it? Come up with some other fun things to do and get stuck doing that motion. Maybe you get stuck to the floor. You lie down on the floor and you get stuck to the floor and you can't sit up. All different kinds of fun things we could do with that song, right? So that was kind of a silly song. Let's take a quick little moment to breathe. We're going to start to focus because we're going to start looking for that G letter on some of our books that I brought with me today. Sometimes when we get really excited or really anxious or any other really big emotion, it helps us if we take some deep breaths. So this is a song actually from Daniel Tiger. I bet a lot of you know Daniel Tiger. And we are going to cross our midline, which is that invisible line down the middle of our bodies. Anytime we cross one part of our bodies over that line, it helps the two halves of our brain make good, strong connections. And there are tons of awesome things that does for us, including helping us read, which is kind of awesome. So we're going to give a squeeze. Give has the G sound, doesn't it? Good job. We're going to give a squeeze nice and slow. Take a deep breath and let it go. Ready? Let's do a Daniel Tiger hug. Give a squeeze nice and slow. Take a deep breath and let it go. Excellent. Yes, yes, you're right. You heard another g sound in there. The word go has the g sound in it, doesn't it? So, friends, when I knew we were going to be talking about the letter G today, I went out into the library to see what books I could find that have the letter G on them. And I would love your help looking. I'm going to show you a few things here, a few books. And grown-ups, I'm going to make a list of books that have the letter G in them and some of the other topics that we talk about today. And I'm going to put that in our community collections page, which will be linked in the description of this video. So let's see if we can find the G on this book. Can you see a G in the title? The title is the biggest word, the bigger words in this book. There's a G right there, isn't there? This book is called I Am Every Good Thing. This is a really cool book about all of the awesome things that kids are, like creative and curious. You want to know everything, you ask lots of questions, and imaginative. You use your imaginations. So many awesome things that kids are. And this book is about a whole bunch of different good things that kids are. And speaking of imagination, what are we imagining in this picture? Oh, imagining to be a superhero. Do you ever imagine to be a superhero? It's a fun thing to pretend, isn't it? So this is I Am Every Good Thing. And I actually see another G up here. This is the illustrator, the man who made the pictures. This is his name, Gordon. Gordon James is that man's name. Let's see what other G's we can find. I think that probably just by looking at this book, friends, you're going to be able to tell me what the name is. Let's think of colors. Can you think of a color whose name starts with the G sound? Good job. Yes, this book is called Green. Green starts with the G sound. And this is our lowercase g, right? Our little g. This is a really fun book too, friends. All different kinds of greens. And our author and illustrator made some really, really fun pictures. There's a forest. Oh, what's that? It's a turtle in the sea. I hope you get a chance to check this book out. Again, I'll be making a list of all of these different books. I have one more book I wanted to show you. This is something that sometimes people do in the summertime. Farmers do it a lot. We are growing a garden. Growing a garden. Those both start with the G sound, right? Growing and garden. And speaking of growing things, I have another fun song that I want to share with you. This song is called The Green Grass Grew All Around. This is a call and repeat song, so I'm going to sing a line, and then you're going to sing what I sang right back to me. So I'll leave a space for you. I'll sing it, and then I'll leave a little space for you to sing back to me, and we'll just keep going back and forth. And then there is one part of each verse where we'll sing together. And if you haven't sung this song before, I know you'll pick it up really fast. So, but the part we sing together is, we'll talk about a hole in the ground, a hole in the ground. And you ready for the G? And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Listen to all those G's. So we're going to start with a hole in the ground. Can you show me a hole? A circle. You can make a hole with your hands if you prefer. Whatever works for you. I'm going to sing a line and you sing it back to me. Ready? We're going to be adding verses and it's going to get longer and longer each time. Here we go. I'm sure you're up for the challenge. There was a hole in the middle of the ground, the prettiest hole that you ever did see. Here's where we sing together. Oh, the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Excellent. Now, we're going to look at our hole again. And in that hole, there were some roots. Can you make your hands look like roots digging into the ground? The prettiest roots that you ever did see. Okay, now we have to try and remember these things. Oh, the roots in the, what are the roots in? The hole, and the hole in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Now, if there are roots, like in our plants, that means there must be something growing on those roots, right? The roots help plants get the water that they need. So let's find out what's growing on our roots. And on those roots, there was a tree, the prettiest tree that you ever did see. Oh, the tree on the what? Roots, and the roots in the hole, and the hole in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Now, what grows on trees? There are things that grow off of the sides of the tree and they grow up into the air. Can you think of what that might be? Branch, a branch of a tree. So we're going to sing, on that tree there was a branch. Let's see our tree. And on that tree there was a branch, the prettiest branch that you ever did see. Oh, the branch on the tree, and the tree on the roots, and the roots in the hole, and the hole in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Now, something is going to be on that branch. So let's get our branch ready. Do a branch like this too. However you want to do your branch. And on that branch, there was a nest. The prettiest nest that you ever did see. Oh, the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree on the roots, and the roots in the hole, and the hole in the ground. Whew, this is getting long. What happened next? And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Now, what do you think might be in that nest? Yep, we're going to have an egg in our nest. You pretend your hand is an egg and this hand is the nest. Oh, we need to do our nest first though. And in that nest, there was an egg, the prettiest egg that you ever did see. Oh, the egg in the nest, and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree on the roots, and the roots in the hole, and the hole in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Now, what helps keep eggs warm? What would be sitting on that egg? bird, right? We can pretend that we can flap our arms like we're birds. We can do that. If we want to pretend that our hands are birds, we can take our hands and cross them over in front of us and link our thumbs together and then do this with our hands to make the bird's wings. But first, we have to have our egg for our bird to sit on, right? There we go. And on that egg, there was a bird, the prettiest bird that you ever did see. Oh, the bird on the egg, and the egg in the nest, and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree on the roots, and the roots in the hole, and the hole in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Friends, we have one more verse. Do you think you can remember all of these things? I bet you can. Kids are pretty good at remembering things. All right, so we're going to sing From That Bird There Came a Song, because our birds like to sing, right? So we're going to sing From That Bird. You show me a bird, either way, whichever way you want to do it. And from that bird there came a song, the prettiest song that you ever did hear. Ready? This is the big one, friends. Oh, the song from the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the egg in the nest, and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree on the roots, and the roots in the hole, and the hole in the ground. One last time. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. Thank you so much for singing that song with me. It's one of my favorites, and you can make up. There are so many different versions of that song because people put in all different things. Sometimes there's a feather on the bird, and there's a flea on the feather, and all different kinds of things. So that's another one that you could play with and come up with some other fun ways to sing that song. So next, what do I have? I have some mail. This is an envelope. This says it's for Preschool Storytime friends, which means it's for us. Should we see what mystery animal has sent us a letter today? So we're going to sing the song, We've Got a Lovely Letter in the Mail. This is to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. And then I'm going to read the letter to you, and it's going to give you some clues. And we'll see if you can guess what animal sent this letter that starts with the G sound. Here we go. Go. That's another one. Okay, here we go. We've got a lovely letter in the mail. Yes, we've got a lovely letter in the mail. Getting mail is so much fun. Now let's see what's in this one, in this lovely little letter in the mail. All right, so we're going to open it up and take out our letter. Ooh. Got some clues. Dear Storytime friends, I often live on a farm. A farm animal, okay. When I was a baby, I was called a kid. You think it's a kid like you're a kid? I sound a lot like a sheep, and I often have horns. Can you guess who I am? So it's an animal that lives on a farm with horns and sort of sounds like a sheep and starts with the G sound. Did you guess? Goat. Good job, everyone. Yes, our letter is from a goat today. I bet you can tell me some interesting things about goats. They like to jump and run, don't they? Yes, goats are very good jumpers. They have really, really good balance. They can balance on tiny little things. If you ever get a chance to ask your grown-ups to help you look for pictures of mountain goats climbing up mountains, and they're standing on these tiny, tiny little ledges, and they don't fall down because that's just how they're built. They're built to have really good balance so they can climb like that. And they like to bounce, like baby goats especially, they like to bounce all over the place. They have lots of energy. Anything else you might know about goats? They like to nibble on things, don't they? You know, a lot of people say that goats will eat anything, which is actually not true. I learned this just when I was researching our goats, so I could tell you a little bit about them. Goats are actually really picky eaters. They like to nibble things to see if they're food that they might like. So if a goat ever comes up and like nibbles on your shirt and it goes, nope, not food. Goat might come and nibble on your hair and be like, oh, nope, not food, not interested. So the goats actually aren't trying to eat it. They're just trying to see if it is food. Kind of a fun fact, I thought. And did you know, friends, I didn't know this. Goats don't have any teeth on the top in the front. They have teeth on the top and the bottom in the back, so they can chew everything. But they don't have any teeth right here in the front of their mouths on the top. They have the bottom teeth, but not the top ones in the front. I didn't know that. It's fun to learn new facts, isn't it? And I love learning new facts to share with you for story time. It's a lot of fun for me. But friends, if you can believe it, we've come to the end of story time for today. I would love to sing a little thank you song, so if you'd like to stay and listen, that would be great. Great is another g sound, right? I'm going to just sing this song and then we'll say goodbye. It's another one. Goodbye, right? You are such good listeners. You're so good at this. Okay, here we go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Thanks for listening today. Sadly, story time is over. But I hope you have a lovely day. Friends, thank you so much for exploring the letter G with me today. I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you next time.